So how do you get a girlfriend? How do you meet a beautiful, pretty woman, make her want to be your girlfriend, and then get into a relationship with her? In this video, I'm going to give you 3 practical tips on how to make that happen. Let's begin with number 1. Meet a woman and make her feel sexually attracted to you. Sometimes you'll meet a woman and she will like you immediately without you having to do anything. That's called getting lucky. Yet, what if you meet a woman and there isn't that instant spark between you and her? What if she doesn't immediately like you and want something to happen? Well, that's where you make her feel attracted to you, right? You make her feel a spark of sexual attraction for you and you build on it as you talk to her. When a guy is struggling to get himself a girlfriend, this is usually the number 1 mistake that he is making. He meets women, feels sexually attracted to them, and doesn't say or do anything during the interaction to make the woman feel sexually attracted and turned on by him. He's just being friendly and neutral and hoping that something happens. He's hoping that he's going to get lucky. Yet when a guy uses that approach, he's usually single and alone for months or even many years at a time. Just being friendly and neutral is not a reliable strategy to get a girlfriend. What you may have noticed is that some guys, when they meet women, are able to start talking to them and sparks fly immediately between themselves and the woman. You might have also noticed that the guy is able to do that with most of the women that he meets. Most of the women that he talks to, he's able to create a spark with them. He gets them laughing, giggling, and showing interest in him. They like him. They see him as being attractive. So what's going on there? Well, the guy isn't relying on hopefully getting lucky. What he's doing is that he is talking to the women in a way that makes them feel sexually attracted, right? That is something that you can do. So to help you understand how it works, I'll first give you an example of how I would talk to a woman if I was only being friendly and neutral and I wasn't intending on creating a spark between myself and the woman. Hey, how you doing? I'm Dan. What's your name? Jenny. Nice to meet you, Jenny. So what do you do? You work as a nurse. Right. So you like to help people. How long you been doing that? Oh, that's cool. Talking to a woman in that way does not make her feel sexually attracted and turned on. Now let's try a different approach to the conversation. Hey, how you doing? I'm Dan. What's your name? Jenny. Jenny in the black dress. You know, there's a few women here tonight wearing black dresses, but you really pull it off. It's working for you. She then says thanks or laughs and is flattered. So Jenny, what do you do? You're a nurse. Alright. So you like hurting people then? She then might be thinking, huh? I like hurting people, what do you mean? And she might say something about that. You'd be a mean nurse, I can tell. I can see it now. Excuse me, Mr. Patient, I'm going to insert the syringe right now. It might hurt a little bit. Ugh. That's you, isn't it? You'd be a mean nurse. No, I'm just kidding. You seem like you'd be a sweet, nice type of nurse. But would you? What type of nurse are you? Here's another approach to the conversation that will spark some attraction. Hey, how you doing? I'm Dan. What's your name? Jenny. That name suits you. You look like a Jenny. And then have a laugh with her about that. So Jenny, what do you do? You're a nurse. You don't look like a nurse. She will then ask you what does she look like, what type of profession you think she does, and you can say something playful. Well, I wasn't thinking nurse. I was thinking more like a mechanic or something like that. Now, if she's a feminine woman, she's going to laugh at that, right? She's going to know that she doesn't look like she's a motor mechanic and gets her hands greased up and isn't able to grow her nails long or anything like that, right? She's going to know that you're joking. All right, well, let me see your hands just to make sure. Yeah, right, okay, they're nice soft hands, nice nails. You're definitely not a motor mechanic. By talking to her in that manner, it brings out her girly side. It makes her show her fun, easygoing, playful side, rather than you having a serious conversation with her about what she does for a living and what her name is. Hi, what's your name? Jenny. Oh, Jenny, how you doing? And what do you do? Oh, you're a nurse. Oh, that's nice. And what hospital do you work at? Oh, really? Oh, how long you been working there for? And there's no spark between you and the woman. So by talking to her in the way that I demonstrated earlier, you're turning the interaction into something that's much more easygoing and fun. You're also turning an otherwise boring, forgettable conversation about what her name is and what she does for a living into something that's going to create a connection between you and her, into something that's going to be much more fun for you and her to get involved in. Now, one thing to point out is that you don't have to talk to a woman like that all the time. You just need to be able to add that type of thing in to conversations. When you do, what you'll notice is that many of the women you meet feel attracted to you and they show you their girly side. They show you their more easygoing, playful side. They show you interest. They open up to the interaction and they feel attracted to you. Yet if you just talk to women in a friendly, neutral type of way and try to have serious conversations all the time, then you're not going to be making most of the women that you meet feel a spark for you. You might be able to get lucky every now and again when you meet a woman and you don't have to do anything and she likes you, but that is not a consistent, reliable approach to get a girlfriend. If you want to have your choice of women, you need to be able to make them feel attracted to you as you talk to them. Tip number 2, don't ask her if she's looking for a boyfriend. A common mistake that guys make when trying to get themselves a girlfriend is that they meet a woman, feel sexually attracted to her, and begin to want to have her as a girlfriend. The guy then starts asking questions like, so, are you looking for a boyfriend right now? Or what do you look for in a boyfriend? Or what do you look for in a man? And so on. He's essentially saying to her, I want to be your boyfriend. Can you tell me what you're looking for or if you're looking for a boyfriend, and then I'm going to try to be your boyfriend. Asking questions like that puts too much pressure on the situation and the woman. It's also a little bit outdated. Back in the 1800s and the early 1900s, when a woman would save herself for marriage, a man needed to ask her if she wanted to be with him. In most cases, he then needed to ask her father for permission to marry her. Obviously, the dating scene has changed. The world has moved on from being virgins at marriage. It still happens in some places around the world, but for the most part, the way that it works these days is that a man and a woman get to a first kiss, they then have sex, and then they start to date for a while, and then they get into a relationship. Sometimes a man and a woman meet and they get into a relationship immediately. It just happens immediately. Yet, for the most part, when you meet a woman, if you want her to be your girlfriend, then get to a first kiss, have sex with her, start dating, and you'll naturally get into a relationship with her. You don't need to ask her questions like, so, are you looking for a boyfriend right now? Because a woman will almost always say no, say she's not sure, or say that she's just enjoying life and has no plans on settling down, right? She doesn't want to come across as too easy. She doesn't want to make a real decision on whether she wants to be with a guy right now. She wants to start dating him and see how it goes. So when you're dating her and having sex with her, if the feelings between you and her are growing stronger and stronger, you will naturally get into a relationship. Yet for most women, prior to that, they don't want to commit to the idea of being your girlfriend. If you are trying to get a woman to commit to being your girlfriend and are trying to live up to her expectations to hopefully achieve that, then she's going to play hard to get and she's probably not going to want to get into a committed relationship with you. Which leads me to tip number 3. Let her be the one who is trying to get you to commit. Sometimes you'll meet a woman and both you and her will commit to each other immediately. It'll just flow perfectly, smoothly, and you won't need to do anything. Yet, as I said earlier, that's called getting lucky, and it usually doesn't happen with the women that you're the most attracted to. So, to take control of the situation, you need to know how to make her really want to be your girlfriend. One of the ways to do that is to let her be the one who is trying to get you to commit. This is where so many guys mess up with an attractive woman. They meet an attractive woman, they start to fall in love with her right away, and they really want to get to be her boyfriend. They start to imagine a great future with her and are trying to live up to her expectations to hopefully be accepted as her boyfriend. Yet what that does is that it gives the woman too much power in the situation. She starts playing harder to get than she actually is. Right? So the way that you have to approach it is to make her feel sexually attracted to you, get to a kiss, get to sex, and then make sure that you're not trying to push for a committed relationship. If you don't push for a committed relationship, you're going to get it because she is going to want it. And as a result, it's going to be about you allowing her to be your girlfriend rather than you having to try really hard, impress her, live up to all of her increasing expectations and demands in order to hopefully be her boyfriend. The thing is, some guys find it really difficult to be the one who allows her to try to get him to commit. right? Some guys find that difficult because they think, oh, that's cruel. I don't want to do that to her. I want to show her that I'm completely committed to her. I want to show her how special she is to me and how much I love her. Yes, that can work with some women, but with most attractive women that you meet, their dream is to be able to meet a guy who makes them feel like they need to live up to his expectations, right? She has to be on her best behavior. She has to impress him. She has to turn on her charm and be a really good girl to him in order to be his girlfriend. When you approach it in that way, she gets what she really wants and you get what you really want, which is a great girlfriend. You want a girlfriend who loves you, respects you, feels attracted to you, and wants to be a good girl for you. So if you want to bring out that side of her, make sure that you make her feel a lot of attraction for you, get to a kiss, have sex with her, and then don't push for a relationship. Let her be the one who is trying to get you to commit to her. Then it's about you allowing her to be your girlfriend. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this video and learned something from it. If you'd like to learn more, I recommend that you read my ebook, The Flow, or listen to the audiobook version, The Flow on Audio. The Flow is everything that you need to know to go from hello to sex with a woman that you find attractive. The Flow includes all of my best examples of how to start conversations, how to keep conversations going, how to keep conversations interesting, how to make women feel sexually attracted to you and turned on by you as you interact with them, how to create an unforgettable connection between you and a woman, how to touch her for the first time in a way that she welcomes and feels turned on by, how to get her phone number, how to get a first kiss, how to get a date, how to get to sex on the first date. Additionally, how to get to a first kiss and sex on the first night if you want to take that route instead. When you read The Flow or listen to The Flow on Audio, you will know what to say and do at each step of the way with a woman so you don't get stuck. You're always able to flow from one step to the next so you can get to kissing, sex, and then into a relationship if you want that as well. One final point that I want to make for you in this video is that getting a girlfriend really is easy when you approach it in the right way. So many good guys get rejected by women because they approach the interaction in the wrong way. They start talking to a woman and are just being friendly, nice, and neutral. The guy is hoping that something happens between himself and the woman. In other words, he's hoping to get lucky. Additionally, some guys start talking to a woman and they see her as being way more valuable than themselves. So they are extra nice to her, they are more polite, and they try to impress her and live up to her standards. As a result, the woman can sense that. She knows that the guy is hoping to get a chance with her. So she starts thinking of herself as being better than him, even though she isn't. He's making her feel that way based on his approach to the interaction. The right way to approach getting a girlfriend is to see yourself as being good enough and then back that up by making women feel attracted to you as you talk to them. When you do that, you will see that many of the women you meet feel attracted to you. They feel a spark. You can then honestly, sincerely believe that you are good enough because when you interact with women, you make them feel attracted. It's happening all the time. When you approach it in that way, you can then enjoy your choice of women. You can choose your girlfriend rather than having to just accept whatever you can get. You get to choose an attractive girlfriend, and then based on the approach that you're using, she tries to get you to commit to her. So it's about you allowing her to be your girlfriend.